Well, hello all. Another gray, foggy, cool morning here in San Francisco, California, U.S. No fire smoke this year so far. We're hoping this will be a smoke-free summer. But there's so many problems going on right now, mainly the droughts around the world. So many countries, the wealthier ones, are turning to desalination, taking seawater, taking the salt out of it, putting it through a osmosis setup and a barrier or two, and they shove it through all this and comes out fresh clean water, sort of like desalinated water. It's not the best water, but it would work, especially when they add it to the regular water. Unfortunately, there's some really bad downsides to desalination at this time. More salt than fresh water. What does that mean? Once it's through the process, there's more salt weight taken out than fresh water at the other end. So there's this huge brine waste that you have to get rid of. Now, a lot of people say, well, throw it in the ocean. That's where it came from. Yeah, but the problem is when it's so condensed, it falls to the bottom of the ocean, wherever you dump it, and it kills off all the life there from too much salt in one place. It takes quite a while for the salt to dissipate. Yes, even in the ocean. So brine waste is the main problem with desalination. The other one is, how do you power the pumps that shove all this dirty water through all these membranes and processes so that you can get clean water at the other end? Well, unfortunately, it's through fossil fuels. So it's a fossil fuel intensive source for water in a roundabout way. It's also very costly to operate, meaning that nations that are not wealthy, poor nations, end up without desalination and fighting over what fresh water flows through the desert areas. And unfortunately, because of this disparity from rich and poor, 1 in every 10 people do not have access to fresh water, and that includes the U.S. We make sure that the homeless here in the U.S. do not have access to any water at all, trying to drive them out with thirst. So they have to go in and buy bottled water just to survive. Boy, what a scam that is. Unfortunately, 97% of all water on Earth is salty and 2% is frozen. Less than 1% is drinkable. So that's what the problem is coming up with enough drinkable water, fresh water that we can water our fruits and vegetables with. And I've said this for years. We should be using our indoor growing technology inside the heads of all these new graduates out of college, and let's build ourselves a city of indoor gardens for food, agriculture, and whatever else we need can all be grown indoors eventually. There's lots of research in this field that still needs to happen, and R&D. So desalination, how does it work? Well, there's thermal desalination. Now that's more of a natural way. In other words, water falls on something, it's warm, it evaporates, it condenses into a cloud, and then rains again when it goes over the mountains. Well, desalination through thermal is kind of the same thing. You boil the water. There it is though, isn't it? Boiling the water. Fossil fuel use to cause the water to become vaporous, and it condenses on a ceiling and then runs down and is collected as drinkable water. That's the one that you can do outside with just basic mud and tubing. It's very amazing what you can do. You'll not get a lot, but you'll get some. Then the second way is membrane desalination. Pressure against a variety of very expensive membranes, and it causes the water to come in like this and come out through a membrane fresh and clean, or desalinized. Then it needs to be cleaned somehow through reverse osmosis and other ways. Infrared light, there's all kinds of ways you purify water. Then it's distributed to who knows where. Just be glad you're not in a desalination area drinking that water, not knowing what the hell you're drinking. How do you know it's still clean? They also add a lot of chlorine to it. So if you have a a very chlorinated smelling water system, you know what's going on. Again, the water shortage is due to the drought, which is due to climate change, which is due to human activity. It really is. And it's up to us to do whatever we can do to use less and less water as we go along. Here in California, we've been on a perpetual drought almost for 12 years. Just a break now and then, but so we're pretty used to doing what's necessary to save water. Low flush toilets, very little water comes out of the tap, except for the bathtub and shower. And you only keep your showers to 5 to 6 minutes. That's it. You learn to bathe very quickly, especially in time of drought here in California. But as we leave you, I'll show you the drought map update that just updated the other day. And I definitely do appreciate all the comments, the ups, the downs, the new subscribers, and until next time,